Hello everyone, Rashmi Verma here. Today we are going to start NCRT Class 7 Chapter 5 Civics Women Change the World. As the name of the chapter shows, women change the world. Can women change the world? Yes, they can and they are changing today very fastly. In the last chapter we have read that discrimination was being done between boys and girls, between men and women, and the women were not given due recognition or due respect which they deserve, as they work from early morning till late hours of night, and there was negative approach in our society about women. But today the scenario has changed. Everyone is having positive approach towards women and they are given due respect in the society. To come up to this position, women have struggled a lot. They have to do a lot of efforts to achieve this situation. Now few opportunities and rigid expectations from women. In our society, it is a general thinking that women are supposed to be very delicate. They are supposed to do only, it is supposed that they are fit to do only certain jobs. For example, we can say nursing and teaching, because these professions need patience and gentleness. And girls are, it is the thinking of our society that girls need not to teach higher studies, to go for higher studies, and after getting somewhat studies they are supposed to get married. And wherever the boys, they are supposed to be fit for field jobs, for technical jobs or official jobs, and they are supposed to be tough and rough. But today the scenario is changing very fast, as the women are struggling a lot to achieve their due respect in the society, which was not given to them in earlier times. Learning for change. Now, going to school is considered an important part of our society. Whenever someone goes to school, he or she learns a lot from there. And these ideas emerged in the 19th century because at that time, parents started sending boys as well as girls to the schools. Earlier, girls' education was opposed and they were supposed to do only household chores. But Ramabai, a reformer, came from 1858 to 1922. She supported women education. She never went anywhere to get education. She got education only from her parents, and only at home she got the education. Slowly and slowly she became a learned personality, and she assumed the title of Pandita. Pandita title was given to her because she was very much expert in Sanskrit language, and that was considered a very good achievement of that time for ladies. And she started many women campaigns to give due respect to the ladies, and a printing press was established by her efforts, where in that printing press only ladies were working there. Now schooling and education today. Nowadays scenario has, we have already talked, the scenario has already changed. Boys and girls both go to schools, and the gap, but still the gap between the education of girls and boys is still going on. Some parents still hesitate to send their girls to schools. They think it is not necessary for the girls to go to the schools and get education, because their only motive is to get them married and their duty is complete. But this is wrong. We have seen that even today Dalits, Adivasis and Muslim communities have left the school. There may be so many reasons why the people have left going to schools. Maybe there may be not proper schools in rural areas. Maybe there are no good teachers in the schools. And they must be belonging to poor families, those who can't bear the we can say expenditure of their education. Then some parents are not willing to send their children to the schools. Maybe no transport facilities, and this may be also the reason that teachers must be discriminating between the students, as we can have the example of Om Prakash Valmiki. In last chapter we have read that the teachers were doing discrimination with Om Prakash Valmiki. That's why he was feeling discriminated in the society. Now the women have the right to get education and to go to schools. For this, women collectively struggled for this, and women's collective struggle is known as women's movement. In that movement, strategies have been decided to fight against the discrimination which was being done with the women and the violence which was being done with the women. New campaigns were started. For example, a new law was passed. According to that law, women were given to be given due respect, and a law was passed in 2006 according to which protection was given against domestic violence. So we can say the women who were being harassed at home mentally and physically, they were given protection through a law passed in 2006. And in 1997, protection was given against sexual harassment to women who were working in offices as well as in educational institutions. And in 1980s, law was passed against dowry deaths. The persons who were dowry seekers, they were given punishment. For this purpose, what was done? In streets, protests were done, and when the matter came to the streets, it became a public issue. When it became a public issue, then it was published in the newspapers, and when it was published in the newspapers, then government has to pass a law that the persons who are dowry seekers, they will be punished if they are harassing any woman for the purpose of specially dowry. Then raising awareness was also raised in streets through, we can say, plays. For example, Nukkad Natak was played and songs were sung to spread awareness, and public meetings were also done to spread awareness among the society. Then there was protest. Violence was against women. If there was violence against any woman, then protests were done so that the government's attention should be drawn towards that, and public rallies and demonstrations were also done there. And 8th March is observed as International Women Day for this purpose. And women working in every field of life, we can see women are working in each and every field of life. And with this we complete our chapter. This was all about this chapter. Thank you for watching my video. Have a good day ahead.